Hey guys, Savannah Bell here with My Massage World, and in this week's video I thought we'd look at a few ways you might very well be doing some things that are not only not attracting clients, but are actually making people turn away from your business completely. There's a lot of intricacies to building a successful practice and enticing people to come in for an appointment, hopefully on a regular basis. And while you can't expect to appeal to everyone, and not every potential client is right for your business or will be drawn in by this or that marketing technique, there are some things to keep in mind so you're not turning a lot of people off from ever even trying you out. So here's 3 ways you may very well be losing clients without even realizing it. Number 1, appearing desperate. While yes, you may very well be desperate for clients, you're struggling to pay the bills, you've got numerous empty appointment slots in your book, or whatever the case may be for you, you never want to appear desperate. A lot of this comes down to how you word things, both in written form and in how you're speaking with clients. For example, don't tell people you can get them in anytime they want or that you're free all day. That lets them know that you aren't busy, which many people see as a bad thing. You know, maybe you're not that good if you're not staying busy kind of thing. People expect that if you're really good at what you do, it's known, and you're not sitting around all day twiddling your thumbs. Secondly, it also doesn't set you up well for boundaries or getting a commitment out of a client. As in, this person now has the thought process that they can get in anytime and don't need to commit right now because you'll probably have an empty book tomorrow or next week and the next week too. That's not to say you have to lie to your clients and say you're booked up and you only have one spot available, but changing the way you word things can have a massive impact on their response. So even if you have a completely empty day in your schedule, ask them what days and times are best for them. That puts the ball in their court, and they'll narrow it down for you, Friday afternoons and evenings because their office closes early, or whatever it may be. Once you have that info, you can then pick a time or two in there specifically. So you'd say something like, well, I've got a 2 o'clock or a 3:30 available this Friday. Would either of those work for you? That's a big difference from, I can get you in anytime. It makes it appear that your time for them is limited, building scarcity. And if you haven't watched my video all about building scarcity, be sure to check it out. I'll put the link in the description. It's a big part of how I built my practice and stayed booked a year in advance, charging twice what most in my area do. So stop acting desperate. It does nothing to build your credibility and may very well be turning people away from your business. Number 2, trying to convince people to buy. While marketing is all about the attempt to sell our services and products, it's not necessarily about convincing people to buy. What we're really trying to do is convince them to make a decision, to buy or not. That may seem like the same thing, but there's a clear difference. If you're trying to convince people to buy, you're making the assumption that your service is right for each and every person that your marketing might reach. If you're convincing people to make a decision about buying, you're coming from a place of understanding that your business and your services are not right for every person your marketing might reach. And that's the distinction. A simple way to do this is to be extremely clear in your messaging, with your branding, with every piece of copy you write, with every social media post and email you send. You need to be clear about who your ideal client is, why you're the perfect fit for them, and why those who don't fit that should look elsewhere. The more quickly you can make this clear to someone when they see your marketing, the more likely they are to book with you. It may seem counterintuitive to dismiss some potential clients, but in reality, it's crucial to building your business. Like the saying goes, if you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. When you've taken the time and put in the effort to strongly resonate with your ideal clients, you will turn off those who do not fit that type. And that's a good thing. If you're not turning some people off and making them quickly realize that you're not the right fit for them, your message is far too broad. And once they look deeper, they may realize you're not right for them. And now you've just wasted their time too. For example, if everything in your brand is extremely clinical and orthopedic based, then those who are seeking a fluffy relaxation experience are going to spend about 3 seconds looking at your branding and realize it's not for them. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, If your brand is luxurious and has a distinct high-end spa feel, those who are seeking a very clinical approach to injury recovery will spend 3 seconds looking at your branding and realize it's not for them. Considering you want to build your business based on your ideal clientele, whoever that may be, you want to only appeal to those people. So the first decision they need to make when they see your marketing materials, your website, or whatever, is whether you're a good fit for them and their needs or not. Then they can look closer at the rest of your brand and at the exact services you offer to see what exactly you can do for them. And last but most definitely not least, number 3, too many choices. This is a death sentence for sales for many businesses. The human brain is designed to burn the least amount of calories it possibly can, so it gets lazy. It doesn't like to spend a long time trying to figure something out. Our brains prefer to take the easy way out. Just like with making your message clear, the choices a client is going to make need to be clear as well. If you have 30 different services listed out and they have to take the time to read the description of each one because you also use cutesy little names that don't really sum up the experience, or you use too much inside language like modality names, to fully understand from an outside perspective, you're losing clients. When we're given too many choices, we shut down. Our brains are literally telling us it's just too much work. Just find something simple. You would think that having more choices is better, but it's actually the opposite. There was a study out of Columbia University on this subject. They set up a table outside of a grocery store and gave samples of jams. When they offered 24 flavor samples, 60% of people would stop. And when they offered just 6 flavor samples, only 40% of people would stop. But wait. The amount of people who stopped isn't necessarily important. It's the people who bought. And that goes against everything we thought we knew about choices. Of the ones who sampled 24 flavors, only 3% bought. There were too many to choose from. Of the ones who sampled just 6 flavors, 30% bought. Major difference. What does this tell us? People can be attracted to more choices, but when it comes to the buying decision, too many choices make a decision difficult and leads to fewer sales. Your branding, your messaging, and your service listings must all be clear and concise. Don't make your clients work for information, or they're likely to look elsewhere. For more info and tips on business pitfalls, be sure to join the free My Massage World Facebook group where we are spending all week discussing it, plus new topics of discussion each week. Thank you so much for watching today. As always, check us out at mymassageworld.com, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and stay tuned for more videos.